Hello again. The Welsh town of Merthyr Tydfil is 97% ethnically white. Black people represent just 0.2 of the population. In other words, 99.8% of the people in Merthyr are not black. The other day, Merthyr was in the news because of plans to build the longest ski slope in the country nearby. The BBC reported on this, and on their website, to which I give a link in the description to this video, you will see two photographs which illustrate this story. One is an artist's impression of the proposed ski slope, and the other is of a resident of Merthyr Tydfil, whose views the BBC sought about the plans. She may be seen in the thumbnail to this video, and her name is Matilda Odeode. I say a resident of Merthyr. She's not really a resident of Merthyr at all. She's just recently moved to the town. The chances of bumping into a black woman by accident while walking around Merthyr are exceedingly low, and I'm guessing that the BBC reporter must have scoured the streets desperately in order to track a black person down so that her picture could be used to illustrate this piece. The question is, though, why would they go to such lengths? 97% of the people living in the town are Welsh people whose families have lived in the place for generations. Why would you go out of your way to hunt down a black African who had only just moved to the town? The answer is, of course, that the BBC is in the business of making news as well as reporting it. They hope to shape our perception of the country. And one way of doing this is to make sure that even in a town which is almost exclusively white, they use a photograph of a black African to suggest that this is the kind of person living there. They do this, of course, so that people are deluged so often with images of black people, even in some obscure English village or former Welsh mining town, that they begin to believe that black people really are everywhere. This will accustom us to accepting that black people are, and always have been, a prominent feature of life in our country. It is propaganda and fits in with the narrative which the BBC has helped to construct of our country as thoroughly diverse, wherever you happen to look. It's a form of psychological warfare, really, because it discourages us from even thinking about or objecting to immigration from Africa. Let's face it, if black Africans are in every city, town, village, and hamlet, what's the point of protesting or opposing further immigration? That ship seems to have already sailed. For those who feel that I'm promoting some absurd conspiracy theory here, and that there is a perfectly simple and innocent explanation for what is seen, I would be interested to hear what this might be. Trust me, I know Merthyr. I know that the BBC reporter didn't just encounter an African woman by chance. She was deliberately sought out. Why would the BBC do that? I am honestly open to another explanation besides that which I advance here.